You know, a few months ago we did a video on time, like work time, rest time, growth time.
Yes.
You remember that video?
I do. Do you remember that video?
If not, I'm gonna give you a card and link to it in the description to check it out. But today, what are we talking about?
Work time.
Work time.
Making the money.
So when we work, it's important to be productive, right? We want to be efficient with our time. Do you like to be efficient?
I do like to be efficient.
I think you like to be more productive than efficient, though.
I like to be both productive and efficient, but I do not like busy work just for the sake of busy work. I like to make sure that I get my work done and move on to whatever the next thing of work is.
So how do you do that? When you are working, well, it's like the spinning of the basketballs.
Yes.
So when you're doing that during your work day, what does that look like for you? And how do you do that? How are you going to let them know something that they can take away and do for themselves to be more productive and efficient?
Yeah, so aside from creating content and working together on our project Head and Heart Space, I also am working 3 different part-time jobs for different employers doing different things. And then I have some other volunteer things that I do as well, like Toastmasters and doing a lot of work with our church. And so what has become actually a very key piece for me in my work days is time blocking. So in my calendar, I have blocked out time, 2-hour increments, maybe an hour and a half, in my work days that I am dedicating to those particular tasks or jobs that I have. What this allows me to do then is focus only on those tasks for that job for that block of time.
Why don't you run through a normal day, like maybe 1 or 2 days, depending on if something shifts?
So I wake up in the morning, which is...
That's a good thing?
It's a good thing. So I wake up and then I typically will have my quiet time. What I try to do during that time is spend some time with the Lord, reading my Bible or doing some additional in-depth study. After that, I like to read for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes of a book that I'm working on. And then when Bob is ready in the morning, together we like to get in our yoga practice or go for a walk, depending on the day and what our time looks like. And the weather, yes. When I get into my work day, I have the 3 part-time jobs and then Head and Heart Space, content creation and planning, things along those lines.
So you kind of plug in different blocks for each one throughout the day.
Yes, so my work day is 9 to 5 and then I have that broken up into these different blocked time chunks.
Okay.
Now, sometimes I have commitments that need to happen during the day because I like to connect with people in the community or I am doing things to volunteer for the church.
Or a Zoom meeting or something.
A Zoom meeting or connecting with somebody for coffee or I've been painting the signs at church and so needing to go there and work on some project at the church. So I might have to shift that a little bit. Fortunately, one of my jobs is a little bit more flexible. Flexy, that I can work on it on the weekends or I can work on it in the evening times as well as Head and Heart Space. So if I have to shift things around, that's okay, but by time blocking it, what it does is it says, okay, that time is set aside and if I have to reschedule it, then I reschedule it. I don't cancel it. I just move it to a different time to work on that.
Or a different day, perhaps.
Or a different day.
Now, I work a bit different than you because I think differently than you do.
Yes.
So the way I do it is I have theme days. And I think you do something like that too, but I rely on my theme days. So I don't really necessarily have a block throughout my day that I do things. My brain doesn't like being that rigid in my schedule, but I have a theme day. So for example, on Mondays, that's my media day where I do all the different social media posting and or maybe I write a blog or do something for media. YouTube, we write a script or whatever it is. If it has anything to do with media, I'm doing that. And then Tuesday is my main people day, trying to set up meetings with the congregation. I have staff meetings on those days. Wednesdays are, during the school year, youth group days. Anything that has to do with youth in our church, that's the day. So that's an example of how I work. I like theme days because it gives me the flexibility within that day to do an assortment of different things, but I stay within that theme. I don't like taking breaks either, and you do.
I do like taking breaks.
So what does that look like?
It might look different. So when I'm done with a block, I'll get up, probably have to use the restroom. Then I might go for a short walk, or depending on what I need to do around the home, I might take care of switching out a load of laundry, or I might take care of chopping up vegetables. Today, dinner was made in a multi-stage sequence. I started off the morning before I even did my yoga. I actually did some meal prepping by just chopping up some vegetables. And then in the middle of my day, I chopped up some potatoes that I was going to be having for dinner tonight, to make for dinner tonight.
You're productive on your breaks. It does not sound like a real break. In fact, you even try to get me to go on these walks with you.
I do.
And you usually ask me when I'm like focused in like this heavy creative moment or just a real productivity block or theme, whatever it is. And you're like, oh, you want to go on a walk? And it's like, I would love to, but I'm doing this, I can't. And so I think, like for me, I have the before and after work as my breaks. So I'm very hyper-focused during my theme day, during my work day. But then before work, like you said, we do yoga, or we go on a walk in the morning. Afterwards, we do that too. We'll go on walks after dinner, and we'll read or watch some YouTube or whatever at night. We'll play games as a family, whatever we do at night, and that's the theme of that evening, and that's the block for you of that evening.
Now, something when it comes to my work time that I'm not great at, but when I do this, I definitely can tell a difference in my day the next day, is preparing the night before. I like to review my calendar, review any appointments that I have. I like to double check any reminders that I've set up for that next day, and maybe if I need to reschedule those because of how the day I'm in currently went, then I can take that opportunity to do that. So planning my day the night before is very helpful, admittedly, when I do it, which is not always.
And I don't necessarily do that because I rely on my calendar. I rely on my reminders. So we have iPhones. I use the Apple Notes and reminders and calendar. And then, if you have an Android phone, you can do the same thing. But I look at the beginning of my day, and I know what I need to do. And throughout the week, so if I think of something on my Tuesday where I'm meeting with people, and I try to cram as many meetings in that day as possible. If I'm meeting with people and that's my people day, and I think of something I need to do on the website, I'll put it in my reminders app for that Thursday. That's my website day. And then if I'm on my website day and I think of some social media post that I need to do for that Monday, I'll put it in my reminders to remind me on Monday so that I know. So throughout the week, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Overarching across whether we're doing block days or block productivity throughout the day or theme days, I think the overarching theme that goes above all that, even above morning routines, is this verse, Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if you're working unto the Lord. And no matter what we're doing, no matter who we're working for, no matter where we are, that verse is the theme for everything that we're doing.
Absolutely.
So even making this video, we're trying to help you guys, and we're serving God at the same time to help you, and we're giving you the best information that we can to help you be productive and efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have the perspective that you are working for the Lord rather than working for a particular person or working for a paycheck, I know that for me, when I keep that perspective, it helps me to keep that higher level of excellence and not grumble or complain about something maybe that I am not in love with. I don't love every part of everything that I do for work, but at the same time, I should be doing all those parts with excellence and with a good attitude and with joy. And then by doing that, I am in turn a blessing not only to my supervisor that I'm working for, I'm also a blessing to their customers that they're serving. So I'm helping them to serve and bless their clients. And I'm able to be a blessing to our family because then I'm able to continue to work and bring in an income. And then I can in turn be a blessing to God and to His kingdom by giving a part of those proceeds to the church. So when I keep that perspective of working as if unto the Lord, it helps me. And I've worked in secular businesses, not church-related businesses, for the majority of my professional career. So I've always had to really hold that near and dear to my heart and make sure that that is where my focus is, not on the circumstances around me.
Yeah, and it's easy for me because I work for a church and I'm
Right.
doing God things all the time. But previously, I was in the fitness field for 22 years, and 11 of those years I owned my own gym. And while there, I did the same thing. And living this verse, that was our theme. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if you're working unto the Lord. And so that's what we want to leave you with and encourage you to do the same. Whatever your job is, whatever your career or work is, even if you're a student working towards something, work at it as if with all your heart, but as if you're doing it for the Lord. And even if you have a boss or a teacher you don't like, work at whatever you're doing as for the Lord. And just get through it to figure out how you can serve that boss or that coworker even that you don't get along with, or whoever it is, as unto the Lord. But we're here for you, and we want to pray for you too. So if you do have a prayer request, or you do have any other thoughts, maybe how productive you are, how efficient you are, how you live your work day or work week, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. So drop a comment. And if you got this far in the video, we love you. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Please subscribe to our channel. It's free for you to do, and then you'll get updates whenever we have new content come out, and we have a lot more content coming for you.
Yeah, and if you're not a part of our newsletter, we actually send out a weekly encouragement newsletter with our latest either video or blog that we've written. So make sure you subscribe to that as well. We'll have a link for that for you below.
Thanks, and we will see you next time.
Bye.